she managed to turn around an 8-1 deficit quite quickly. It's just going to be a lot harder against Weaver to do that.
Rod Martin, just some final thoughts, some final words. She will also have been in contact with Danny Massaro, who she works with, Laura Massaro's husband, who are at home watching, having a late night.
Play will start then.
Just going over those game plans, aren't they? It's all in place, it's all been talked about, it's just reiterating.
(2024-2025) PSA World Championships presented by the Walter family. Women's semi-final match. Nour ElSherbini of Egypt to serve. Olivia Weaver of United States to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
Well, here we go. Johnny ElSherbini kicking off the second women's semi-final here at the World Championships.
One love. No lead.
Yeah, completely went the wrong way.
Love.
That hold. ElSherbini. So subtle. Looked like it stayed in. Weaver already trying to press forward, but
yeah.
Nice testing movement though into that front right.
Hand out. 1, 2.
Yeah, that is becoming very much the signature area of Weaver's attacks. That forehand, she's got really good control onto that drop there. But with mid-court as well, she'll be looking to get onto those volleys, as ElSherbini does. But as you said, Vanessa, ElSherbini, who's just manoeuvring herself in front.
Just a bit heavy with the drop. Trying to work the ball into that corner again.
Certainly very expressive the way that ElSherbini's playing. She seems to be willing to take on a bit of risk here with this lead as well, just sort of rolling the dice slightly. Oh, she's getting caught out. Weaver needs to really tighten up at this point in time and cannot afford to open up at the front with the way that ElSherbini's finishing these short plays.
Slightly nervy start as well, perhaps, for Weaver. This is such a huge moment. She'll be very aware of the expectation, more so than last year, obviously playing on home soil. ElSherbini's just been in these situations so many times.
Yeah, the pressure's subtle, the way she's just been getting on the ball, and there's that element of hold just there and switching those crosses, and now we're getting the compounding effect of like you say, Weaver has been rocked here.
Stroke to ElSherbini, 8-1.
She's been completely thrown off her game here, Olivia Weaver. Should be well advised here, Vanessa, I think, just to really invest in trying to build pressure at the back with as much sort of deception, because she's just throwing the ball short and she's not really feeling the front of the court either.
Disastrous start really for Weaver. Very good though from Sherbini. She hasn't had to work particularly hard for this lead, certainly in the last few points.
10-1, game ball.
9 game balls for ElSherbini. And with that lead, just growing in confidence, and there goes the backhand drop.
ElSherbini leads 1 game to love.
Keeping the crowd very quiet with that first game performance. Just 5 minutes in duration. Nour ElSherbini takes it 11-1. Number 2 seed leading 1 game to love.
Gregory Gaultier is very relaxed and quite calm, because that start from Sherbini was very clear that she was out on the hunt. She was pressing to the front of the court, mixing it well with her backcourt game. But what we didn't expect to see is Weaver just not at the races at all.
She looked very, very dejected at the end of that game. Not so much the losing, not even the score, but just the way that she gave those points away.
Play will resume in 60
Not able to get
seconds.
any kind of physicality into it at all. Just an edginess. It's when the coach's job becomes very important. And certainly the mental side of things.
Yeah, she certainly got this stern look from Rodney Martin with, wouldn't say aggressive, but he certainly was quite forceful with his words there.
What are we going to get here? I know what we're going to get from Sherbini, more of the same. Weaver really needs to step up, find those back corners,
ElSherbini
that
leads
aggressive
1
line
game to
hitting.
love. Come on, Liv. Love all.
I would have loved to have been able to hear what Rod Martin was saying there. You can sort of go one of 2 ways, can't you, in that sort of situation? You can go sort of really tough and quite aggressive, or more slightly more comforting approach. Which one do you think?
It was pretty clear. It was the number 1 of those 2, Vanessa. It's not his style really to try to handle his charge with kid gloves or softly.
Out. Hand out. 1-4.
Yeah, there was a slight deer in the headlights look about Weaver after that first game.
Oh, listen to that, Vanessa. The guy sitting next to Rodney Martin, he is getting his voice going over 100 decibels. Saw him yesterday absolutely screaming after she won. I can guarantee you that if you hear a lot of noise, it's coming from him.
I just think a good phase, some good rallies that she manages to come out on top.
3-1.
Got a little lead here, and that tension might just start to release itself, and she can just really get stuck in. And all of that training, all of that preparation can start to take over. And the sort of the occasion, the magnitude of the occasion can sort of fade into the background a little bit.
Out.
Good construction going on that rally, just a bit.
2-3.
A little bit careless on the lob there down the line. She's got to tune in very, very closely now and cannot afford these unforced errors at this stage. Sherbini's just so threatening, isn't she, Vanessa? Like, if she manages to get 2 points on the board, the ability to reel off winners comes so quick.
I think when she senses that bit of vulnerability as well, she's got an edge to her that isn't necessarily visible.
4-2.
And there's a ruthlessness there.
Good, a bit of a hedge up there from Weaver. You just saw that after she played that backhand volley. That is definitely what we need to see from her, just that strength around the middle. That's a bit of an unusual ask, I would say.
Player review.
I'm surprised that Sherbini is reviewing this, because there was a lot of distance to the ball. She quite casually just hung that racket around her opponent.
Will she get punished for that in the form of a no-let, Vanessa?
It's possible.
Seen them given for that.
Taken the let, take the let and run there.
Yes, let. Decision upheld. ElSherbini has one review remaining. 4-2. There's enough interference.
Oh, it's a good phase here. And there we hear it again. Absolutely going crazy for Weaver. But it's the second time that she's worked Sherbini over in that front right. That's an area that we've sort of referred to if Sherbini physically is just not quite at her highest level. There's the flick of the wrist and that ball's gone.
Hand out. 3-5. Yes, left. 3-5.
It's an interesting error. Just feels like ElSherbini is chancing a lot from deep in the court. We saw that already in the first game, but now that Weaver is getting her feet firmly set in this match, oh, let's hit the top of the 10 as well, so that's a bit of a gift at this stage.
7-3.
A little bit of a carry perhaps there, but we move on.
Down.
Well, these errors are starting to flow from ElSherbini. It's a very curious start to the match, I find, Vanessa, because obviously Weaver just a bit stage fright in game one, gave the game away quite quickly in the form of unforced errors, but now that she's starting to find her game, ElSherbini, I didn't expect the drop-off would be this big.
Well, she was able to play those winners in with a lot of freedom in that first game now, forced onto her back foot, slightly deeper in the court. And a massive shift in momentum.
Hand out. 4-9.
Needs to protect this lead a little bit, Weaver. ElSherbini can get quick points on the board if she's given the opportunity.
There's another one there. You're right, Vanessa.
5-9.
You could make a highlights package of Sherbini, of these comebacks in fast forward, and you'd have quite a few of them from these sort of score lines. Just immune to pressure.
Down.
And that's hit the tin. Just starting to work. A good pattern there. Needs to just keep that going.
Side, please.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what we warned about this, Vanessa.
I mean, that wasn't even a bad cross-court from Weaver.
It's almost at 3-9 when she wins that first point. It's like a storm warning alert that we got on the phone, you know. That is exactly, again, it's front right. That is such a good area for Weaver, I feel, Vanessa, to settle things, get her game back on track.
Game ball.
So 3 game balls for Weaver. Fantastically well done there by Weaver to close that out. Some testing movements in that last rally as well for Sherbini. What a response there from Olivia Weaver. 10 minutes, second game. Weaver takes it 11-7, and after 18 minutes, draws level at 1-1.
Rodney Martin looking a lot happier there because Olivia Weaver finally kicked into gear after a very, very fast first game where she did not turn up at all. She started to find her marks, and it really was on the back of the front right area where she was able to drag Sherbini in there with a drop like that. Good tight work, and then the cross-court winner. We saw that a couple of times, and as the game went on, the rally started to get a little bit longer, and ElSherbini going to keep a close watch on her. This volley taking the game out very low down. It was awkward, but she's starting to find her range, and look at that. Look, that's a bit of a different one to game one, Vanessa.
Well, the team, well, certainly one member of the team looking happy. Giving absolutely nothing away there, Rod Martin.
If she can get the title in her hands, you might get a smile.
Possibly. Or a clap. Well, that determined look on the face of Weaver tells the story.
Play
That's
will
the
resume
game.
in 30 seconds.
And it's the Sherbini camp looking slightly more worried now. And she not only took that game, but also managed to make it a little bit physical as well. Got a little dent into
15
Sherbini.
seconds.
Well, game 3 coming up. This fascinating encounter.
One game all. Weaver to serve. Love all. Out.
Fantastic start here for Weaver in game 3. She's certainly showing more willingness to just extend things out, and that feedback loop will be coming ever so stronger. Just haven't seen at any sort of stage of this match yet where Sherbini's showing us that she is willing to sort of invest in the physical side. Quite the opposite.
1-4.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That was a tough, tough rally.
It's down, Vanessa.
Oh, she's clipped it.
I thought so. Honest as you could possibly be.
Look at Sherbini.
Yeah.
She was nowhere near that. There was no attempt even. Even though she lost that rally, I would take heart from that.
From the left, 2-1. Left side, please.
And that is the kind of rally that she needs. Sherbini did not enjoy that at all. And she seems, as you said, she seems very eager to keep these rally durations down.
Down. Hand out. 2-4.
Going for that favourite shot, but again, just forced slightly onto the back foot. Not quite the same feel about those shots.
Well, that's the first sort of sound we've heard out of Sherbini as well. Just a bit of urgency to gee herself up a little bit there.
Strike to Weaver.
Problem I'm seeing for ElSherbini is that the backhand game is usually premised on that attacking fading length with the hold, and there's virtually none of that going on. And we've seen the ball fired in very quickly like this, and that is not a good sign for her.
4-3.
Left wanting there too, Vanessa. A long way from those last two shots.
5-3.
Good awareness as well from Weaver. She sensed ElSherbini just sitting back slightly. That shot. That's the one, isn't it? She's doing it in the first game.
Oh, wow, she's just got under that, and that is a telling shot at this stage of the third game. So much hanging in the balance there at 5-3, and now she just pushes ahead. Oh my goodness, what a shot and what a rally, Vanessa.
Well, the finish was unbelievable with the line on the backhand side, but two very uncomfortable looking movements from Sherbini. She's collapsing in the lunge a little bit. Does not look strong in those positions at all. Late onto the ball in the front.
7-3.
Starts to feel like Weaver's not just finding a game, she's in about third gear. She's got a few gears left as well at playing like this.
Hand out. 4-7.
Sort of just stood up on that one a little bit, didn't go onto that front foot.
They can be very costly misses against a player like ElSherbini.
This has got a different sort of look about it today, Vanessa, that with those sort of errors, World Championship semi-finals, can't recall ElSherbini giving us so much evidence like she is here that she's ready to be taken today.
Well, the movement not looking great. I think she knows in the back of her head that she's short physically.
ElSherbini did not long lunge after that. There was no power in that lunge.
Well, 5 game balls for Olivia Weaver for a 2-1 lead in a World Championship semi-final.
Hand out. 6-10. Game ball.
Well, 2 game balls saved.
Game ball.
Oh, she's tinned it. Can you believe it? And the head jerks as she comes off court.
2 games to 1.
What an incredible opportunity this is for Olivia Weaver. Nine-minute third game. Number 4 seed Olivia Weaver takes it 11-7, leading 2 games to 1. here's Paul Cole just arriving. He's obviously in the last match this evening, and Aisling Blake caught up with him.
Paul Cole, semi-final of the World Championships. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling pretty good actually. I'm happy with my squash so far, so just about managing the occasion. But no, I'm feeling pretty relaxed and looking forward to playing tonight.
You've got about an hour, probably an hour and a half. What are you going to do? What's your preparation going to be like for the next hour and a half while you're here?
Yeah, I got here early because it's hard to call the next two matches. It could be 2 hours, but going by Sherbini's first set, then who knows what it could be. But yeah, just chill out for a bit, then start warming up.
Cool. Best of luck on the semis.
Thank you very much.
Well, there, the intense coaching corner of Olivia Weaver.
Well, it was great to hear from Paul Cole there, Vanessa, and I have to say the Windy City got a hold of his barnet there, because that hair was looking very frayed. Looked like a real surfer from New Zealand.
Here we go, Johnny. This is the real test now for the American. Can she do it? Can she close this out? Biggest moment of her career so far.
I think she can.
Weaver leads 2-1. Weaver to serve. Lovell.
And that is a good start. Looked like a double bounce from here.
Sherbini on the not-up decision.
You're not supposed to call those.
I think Weaver's a bit...
I know, but if it's close, you just...
yeah, that's why she was looking back. She knew it was up.
Play the advantage. And it's well up. It's well up. When the shot first went in, I thought there was no way it was coming back.
Good decision overall.
Well, what should have been the perfect start for Weaver.
Yes, let Lovell.
Well, that's a change in the hitting power of ElSherbini. It's very evident, Vanessa, that she's been told to ramp it up. All guns blazing in that rally.
One love. Yes, Liam. One love.
Great view there from the corner of the balcony. You can see the lines of the lanes of the running track there. Going to set a new record of 200 metres here tomorrow, Vanessa.
Well, that was a very aggressive volley from ElSherbini.
Handout. 1, 2.
Great work there from Weaver. She's just breaking the play up, using the boast as well. Just to remind Sherbini she can't park herself deep in the court and just tee off with the line heading.
Yeah, that was an important rally for Weaver. Sherbini was just trying to send a message at the start of this game.
2 all.
Well, there's a lot of scratching of the chin going on there. an all-out effort here, isn't it, Vanessa, from Sherbini? You can just feel that she's throwing caution to the wind a little bit. Coming out with some heavy hitting, but the margins are still not there either.
Out. 4-2. Down.
Oh.
Hand out. 3-4.
That was an unbelievable chance to really set a marker down in this fourth game.
As soon as that rally lengthens out, Vanessa, it just doesn't. You're not convinced that Sherbini's going to be able to hold strong.
5-3.
She hasn't looked convincing since the beginning of the second game, really. It was such a bad start for Weaver, but to her credit, she hasn't faltered since then.
Again, the use of the bows to Sherbini takes a bit of a strategic timeout here. Towel breaks are a bit like timeouts, I feel, Vanessa. But we don't have any. Probably need to have clear rules about the towel break
they
timeout.
seem to have very little to do with someone needing to actually wipe their hand.
Yes, Lee. 6-3.
In the front.
7-3.
Yeah, nowhere near that one, and the sense of anticipation in Weaver is growing as she understands exactly what she's got to do here to get to the finish line. All that experience is very telling now, Vanessa.
Never beaten Sherbini before. This is huge.
Well, the backhand drop was on, and she just put it straight back on her racket.
4-8.
This is where the mind can really start to play tricks on you. Just needs to hold steady. She's done everything right since that second game.
Oh, it's a great counter drop. ElSherbini.
She was late onto that. Didn't quite read it on time.
5-8. Stroke ElSherbini.
I mean, the warrior qualities of ElSherbini, Vanessa. Becky is so firmly pressed against the wall. But she is digging so deep here and making Olivia Weaver earn these last few points if she can get them.
Every single point crucial now. Just a bit heavy there.
Down.
That was nervy. That was edgy.
Nervy. That was really edgy.
7-8. Yes, ma'am. Player review.
ElSherbini choosing to review this.
On the yes, let decision.
Is it, it might be a bit tactical, Vanessa, just to take a bit of extra time at this juncture, back end of the fourth. It doesn't look like a stroke.
Yeah, she just got her racket stuck there. A bit late to get the racket back. Can't imagine that it's going to be a no-let.
And the more I look at it there, that's what I started to think, that maybe she should have played it.
Right.
It was clear on the video.
Nervousness there as well, perhaps, wanting that stroke. Wanting that point
Right
a little
side,
bit
please.
too much and misjudging it.
Composure of ElSherbini, unbelievable. We've heard no cries, actually, no kind of war cries, just point by point. She's just pulled herself out of the darkness at 8-3 down.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, the comebacks, the ability to stay composed under pressure.
That is a shot. Wow, how's the pressure?
9-8.
And Weaver, who was looking so close to victory, is now 1 point down.
Control again. This has been an unbelievable display back into the fourth. She absolutely did not look like she was in any position to make this charge, but got on her chariot, decided let's do it one more time.
2 game balls for ElSherbini. And the battle cry from the warrior princess. This is one of the many reasons she has been one of, if not the best player in the world for the past 10 years. Incredible scenes here. 12-minute fourth game. Nour ElSherbini takes it 11-8 and draws level at 2-all.
Well, we're witnessing it once more, Vanessa, the phenomenal qualities of the greatest player, arguably, of all time. How on earth she managed to dig herself out of this hole from 8-3 down. She looked gone, she looked physically fatigued, looked like she was just not ready to get on the chariot one more time, but every time we ride her off, she just finds something special, and we just saw rallies, just racking up unbelievable quality of line hitting, quality work to the front of the court. What an absolute champion.
Looking a bit more serious here, but straight after that, she was just smiling away, almost having a laugh with Goche after winning that fourth. And look at that run of points at the end of the game. And she suddenly looked like she was moving better.
Don't ask me how, Vanessa, because I don't know how you go from looking like you're struggling with these lunges, sluggish, to having that kind of control over the game and the balance you're hitting. Incredible.
15 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, what stands to this one game to decide, and let's hear it from both of our semi-finalists. Olivia
Weaver. 2 games all. ElSherbini to serve. Each player has 1 review available. Love all.
5th and final game coming up, Johnny. What is the psychological effect of losing that 4th game on Olivia Weaver, Johnny?
I think the effect will take place if she doesn't get off to a good start here. If she goes down quickly like that, if there's a few rallies where Sherbini just outpositions her and then hits that kind of winner, then the pressure starts to mount.
You can see all the self-talk going on in between rallies for Weaver.
Out. 2 love.
There's some kind of world championship alert button built into Nour ElSherbini that just goes off at the last possible moment, and she just suddenly realizes where she is.
Nine points in a row now for Sherbini.
The touch that was missing in games 3 and 4 has resurfaced. The perfect drops. That's 11 on the trot, Vanessa. That's a whole game without Olivia Weaver having scored a point.
But not only that, but going from looking down and out to doing this.
Stroke to Weaver.
Finally, Weaver breaks that run of points.
1-3.
Oh, yeah, good night. Every little opportunity, every half chance is being converted now. The good thing about this, Vanessa, I just feel in terms of what we're getting and what can unfold is that Weaver is going to have to raise to basically her best level to beat Sherbini.
But also try and at least get her to a point where she can get stuck into her again physically, because she's on a massive second wind and there's always an end to that.
Fantastic retrieving here from Weaver, so important at this stage of the match.
Well, if she can turn this round, this rally, there's going to be a huge roar. Oh, wow.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, Vanessa! What is going on? Nour ElSherbini turning this inside out. The cleverness, the astuteness to take on this shot.
But that backhand drive.
Weaver brought back so many balls in that rally. That is soul-destroying.
Some vintage Nour ElSherbini.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you heard the rackets clunk.
It's only minor contact. Didn't prevent your shot. 5-4.
Oh, goodness,
That's not mine, I
No,
mean, you
it's
could
not.
hear it. Hasn't reviewed it, though.
That was just a little bit cheap, Vanessa, at this stage, because she's been digging up a lot of high-quality attacks from ElSherbini. That one there was just a little soft.
First sign of real fatigue, perhaps, on Weaver's side. It was a brutal rally, that previous one. Oh, wow.
I mean, she's been hitting those pinpoints. It's like she's picked postage stamps on the front wall to hit.
Only in the last two games, though, she was missing them. Or they were a bit heavy in the second and third. When she needs them most.
Stroke to
And
ElSherbini.
again, what about the backhand line? We're hearing the racket of Weaver having to deal with the sidewall constantly now. I was waiting for that, the head shake from Rod Martin. He's obviously very disturbed by what he's seeing.
Weight of shots, just everything is falling exactly where she wants it now.
Down. You played on past. Need to stop. 10-4.
6 match balls for Nour ElSherbini.
Down. Ball's down.
Oh, we're going to just...
Can't check it.
Can't be checked.
Level
Ball's been
4.
called down.
Match to ElSherbini.
Match
3
over.
matches
What an unbelievable effort there. Nour ElSherbini proving once again that she is the greatest perhaps there's ever been in the women's game. What an incredible comeback. Looked down and out in that fourth game. 8-3 down. Managed to come back, and then the fifth, bringing some of her best squash that we haven't seen for a while. Well, irrelevant now whether that was good or not. It's match over. Devastating for Weaver. Let's hear from Nour ElSherbini. She's with